folks, that a former Muslim male, also known as an apostate, must be executed. Not should be, not could be, must be executed. Immediately. While some hold that an apostate woman should also be executed, there are others that say, now listen to this, that either she could be executed or be imprisoned or beaten 5 times a day until she repents or dies. And these are the words of renowned Islamic legal authorities. And now we're seeing this trend where Islamic law is being incorporated into laws in other countries. I think we have that situation in Africa right now that we're dealing with. So I want to ask both of you this and get your comments on it. Is this threat from Islamic law being applied in, not just in the United States, but around the globe? Is this a real threat, and is it resulting in it, will it result in death penalty for people that leave Islam, for either other religions or just leaving Islam overall?
People are being killed today because
everywhere,
not only
Islamic
because
world.
they've announced they left Islam, is if they act in a way that shows that they've left Islam. There's a girl in Canada who didn't want to wear a head cover, and her father thought she was doing things against Islam that makes her an apostate. So he killed her. So
this is the reality that's out there right now.
Reality.
Yes, of course. I'm involved in the Arab media, and I read news about people, getting killed just because they left Islam or they married from different religion, especially women.
Yeah.
The tricky part
Yes.
is that religious authorities in the Middle East can issue a fatwa of death for apostasy against a person who lives in another country. The Wafa Sultan is on a list of apostates issued in Cairo, Egypt, and in Syria.
On National Arab TV.
So let's talk about that. So so people understand this. A fatwa is an edict, a ruling that comes down.
Religious order.
It's a religious order. So tell us what happened in your case with the religious order. It was issued on television?
Of course. A Muslim imam came on Al Jazeera TV and said Wafa Sultan left Islam, and this is more than enough for anybody to have the right to kill me. Publicly, he announced that Wafa Sultan...
And he will be, of course, not prosecuted for that because that's a protected statement under the Sharia laws.
Absolutely. And
actually, if you go to our website, formermuslimsunited.org, you will see a fatwa signed by the head of the fatwa department in Al-Azhar University and stamped by the stamp of the government of Egypt.
Now,
condemning someone to death because they left Islam.
And the government of Egypt, I want everybody to hear this, stamps that is approved.
Yeah, well, the stamp is the University of Al-Azhar, but the
seal?
The eagle of the seal eagle is the Egyptian government stamp. And this stamp and the fatwa actually condemns a man and his 2 sons for apostasy to be killed. So this is not something that's some weird sheikh does. This is mainstream.
From the highest level.
This is mainstream.
So you formed the organization Former Muslims United. What's the purpose of the organization? What are you trying to accomplish here?
To protect our lives, to feel free living in this country. This is our main goal.
Do you face risk even in the United States?
Absolutely. I have to move from place to place every few months. And if you see me walking in the street, you're not going to be able to recognize me. I change the way I look because I know for sure they're after me.
We've got 2 great books we encourage you to get. Nani's book is Cruel and Usual Punishment. It's available in bookstores everywhere. And Wafa's book, A God Who Hates the Courageous Woman Who Inflamed the Muslim World, Speaks Out Against the Evils of Islam, is available also in bookstores around the country. You could visit the Former Muslim United website at, what's the exact website for people to go to?
formermuslimsunited.org.
There you go, formermuslimsunited.org. We'll have that up on the screen for people as well. And again, we've got more coming up on this topic. Obviously, very, very significant. Thank you both for being with us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
As we've discussed this situation with our guests, I want you to do something direct here. You see the threat for those that leave Islam and come to Christianity. The leaving of Islam itself is a literal death sentence under Sharia law. Now, the Organization of the Islamic Conference right now is trying to get their defamation of religion resolution through the United Nations, which would criminalize the proclamation of the gospel to anyone who's with Islam or involved with Islam. In other words, the proclamation of the gospel in an Islamic country becomes not only a death sentence for those who leave Islam, but could well become one for those who are simply proclaiming the message of hope in the gospel. We want to oppose the organization of the Islamic Conference on this. They're a strong organization inside the UN, but so are we, and we need your help. I want to encourage you right now to call us at 1-877-989-2255. That's 877-989-2255. And sign your name to this petition, standing up against the organization of the Islamic Conference, standing with women like you just met, who are courageously speaking out against Islam. Again, 877-989-2255, sending a message to the United Nations that we're not going to allow the proclamation of the gospel criminalized as defamation of religion against Islam. We're just not going to allow it. You can also sign up at aclj.org, but call right now, 877-989-2255. I'm going to also send you a DVD dealing with this topic, a special movie that we put together over a situation very similar to this called Unshaken. So again, 877-989-2255 or aclj.org. Back with more in just a moment. We have a very special offer for all of our friends watching this special broadcast from the American Center for Law and Justice, our Special Operations Unit, which has been operating throughout the world on a variety of issues, many of which we cannot talk about on air. But this particular one, we've put together a very special DVD special on faith and hope in the Middle East. It covers tremendous interviews with the Prime Minister of Israel, the President of Israel, a number of government officials. We've got a great DVD for you, and we want to get it to you absolutely free. Here is the number to get the DVD that we've got available. It's 1-877-989-2255. That's 1-877-989-2255. Now, this was shot on location in Israel, at the Gaza Strip, in Ashkelon, in Sderot. These were the communities and towns that were under attack. But then we have the message of hope, seeing a woman, a Christian woman and her family be able to leave Gaza under protection. And her husband, of course, was assassinated just a year before. Again, it's available for you. The number is 877-989-2255 to understand the Middle East. Welcome back to the broadcast, everyone. As we've been discussing this whole issue of the organization of the Islamic Conference, the defamation of religion, you just heard from two women that have left Islam and the persecution that they're facing. This is the real story from people that are really involved. We're very fortunate that Emil Amani is in our studios also. He's also with Former Muslims United, and I want to welcome you to the broadcast. And tell us about your story, where you came from, what happened in your life.
I was born in Iran, Tehran, and from a very good family, and then non-practicing Islam.
And, so they did not practice Islam?
No, well, we're a Muslim by birth, but
right.
We're never practiced anything.
Okay.
And in 31 years of nonstop of Sharia law on the people of
after the revolution
really have changed the majority of the people turning against Islam. And they are going away and becoming either Christian, Zoroastrian, or atheist, or none at all. So in my case, I personally left a long time ago. And the effects of the 9/11 on me was so severe that
Were you in the United States already after 9/11?
Okay. Yes, that was a turning point and defining moment for me to come public.